is the Big O Show. This 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 is the Big O Show.
Alrighty, yes sir, we are ready to rock and roll here for the next couple of hours out at Toyota of Hollywood, 1841 North State Road 7. We'll be out here for a few hours, so come on by and say hi. Get a great deal on an automobile, of course, because you can buy or lease a great vehicle out here. Bill by my side. The first text that comes in on the YouTube says, what was it? Tough loss last night. Really, dude? Is that what you're worried about, the loss or the loss of the season? I mean, you know, I know they're going to delay this, and we don't know when they'll restart this in June, July, August. We really don't know anything. That's the thing that we all have to understand about this, that we don't know anything about what's going on. We can assume, we can guess. I mean, listen, 48 hours ago, I'm going back and forth with you guys that are downplaying this thing. Okay? And you know who you are. And we went back and forth. Oh, it's just a flu. The flu kills more people. And that was incredibly ignorant thinking. And a lot of you were saying that. And I kept telling you guys that it's not about what the flu does now compared to COVID-19. It's if we allow COVID-19 to get to the point where the flu is at, it will kill 10 times more people. The flu has killed like 20,000 people this year. If we allow COVID-19 to spread like the flu, okay, instead of 20, you do the math. It's 200,000. And that's why there's this ignorant way of thinking that was out there, okay, including our government, by the way, and our government leaders. Oh, it'll go away. Don't worry about it. Before you know it, it'll go away and all that. And then now finally, you know, Trump, finally yesterday kind of like, because there was a lot of people, including the president, that were downplaying this thing. And some of you were going back and forth with me. And I'm telling you, hey, if you want to wear a mask, it's all right. Some of you out there, oh, that's overreacting. No, it's not, man. It's not. Dude, you want to walk around with gloves? Go ahead. Walk around with gloves. You want to protect yourself? I don't blame you. There is no overplaying this at all. Okay? This thing is nasty, and we can't allow it to expand to the point where it's going to affect everything. It already is going to affect everything. We're watching sporting events going down. We're watching concerts going down. I mean, it's everything is getting canceled. Why? Because everything requires a big gathering. So you've got to eliminate the big gatherings so people aren't around. Yesterday, we played Jurgen Klopp, the Liverpool coach. Well, they were playing yesterday. Did you see him when he was walking onto the field? The fans were sticking out their hands for high fives like they normally do with the players. Jurgen looked at one of them and said, "Get your hands out of here, you idiot. That guy is my favorite coach on the planet now. Jurgen Klopp is my guy from here on out. I'm not a Liverpool fan, but I'm a fan of that guy. Because that's what we need is brutal honesty. And yesterday, Rudy Gobert test positive. And this is why this whole thing about, well, let's eliminate the fans and the players play only. Well, players still have to go home. And they have to deal with their wives and their kids. And where are their wives going and where are their kids going? You're dealing with your grandparents, your in-laws. Where have they been? You're dealing with your friends. Where have they been? And then you go back to the arena to hang out with the rest of the players. Look, every day you're at risk. You go to the drive-thru at In-N-Out Burger, the person handing you the food could have it. The person cooking the food could have it, and they don't know it. I could have it, and I don't know it. Bill could have it. He doesn't know it. We have no idea. That's the problem with all of this, is that too many of us want to assume what's going to go on when none of us know what's going to go on. And then the health experts are telling you to prepare, to protect yourself. You know, all of these things, and a lot of folks just said, oh, it's no big deal. I mean, the flu thing, that those of you that use the flu argument, I mean, you got to be feeling pretty stupid now, right? 2 days ago, 3 days ago, a week ago, when you're saying, well, no, the flu kills more people. I mean, you got to feel pretty stupid right now because you didn't understand what everybody's trying to tell you. Because this is a pandemic now, worldwide, because we cannot allow this to be like the flu. We got to dodge the flu as it is. Now we're going to have to dodge COVID-19 and the flu? That's what we don't want as a society. So all these gatherings have got to be eliminated. The MLS this weekend's got to be eliminated. The games that they're playing, you can't have the NCAA tournaments and you can't have these college ACC tournaments playing like the players. They go back home. They go back and talk to their friends. Unless you get every player and put them in rooms where they can't talk to anybody, not a friend, they can't associate with their families, they can't associate with their wives, their girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever. That's the only way you're going to keep players healthy to play against each other. And now, let me tell you something. In the NBA, this is now what you have to do. And if you can't do this, you can't continue with the league until the pandemic is over. Do you realize that in order for the NBA to continue, you first have to quarantine every single player for a couple of weeks? They can't associate with anybody for a couple of weeks. And then, after you're done with a couple of weeks of that, they all report together without associating with anybody, and then they all practice together, hang together, live together, and that's it. That's the only way you can do it. But if they have to go back and talk to their wives, girlfriends, friends, business partners, agents, where have all those people been? This is an impossible thing to get around. It just is. Why? Because we're all human beings and we all go to the same places and we all associate with each other. So while we're doing this, we're bringing all these germs along. Yeah, I just told you the thing about the fast food. Think about it. By the time you get your food, the person that cooked it, the person that put it together, and then gave it to you. So you had two people there that you exchanged. Then you gave them money if you didn't give them a credit card. But if you gave them money, they give you back money that came from somebody else. It's a vicious cycle, man. It's a vicious cycle. And the only way is what Italy is doing, where everybody's under quarantine. Everybody go to their homes. Everybody stay away from the streets. Excuse me. Can't go to restaurants. You can't go to clubs. You can't go to concerts. You can't go to sporting events. You could go to the grocery store, the hospital, your home. That's it. That's probably the best way to do it, because you got to have food available and you got to have medical available. Outside of that, you got to give quarantine time for everybody. That way, anybody and everybody that's sick finally comes forward and they go get help instead of hanging out at the mechanics, hanging out at the restaurant, hanging out over here, over there, concert, whatever it is. This is how we got to treat this. It's the only way to do it. And listen, nothing would make me happier than being Saturday at the new Lockhart Stadium. Okay? I don't even know what it's called, by the way. Is it just Inter Miami Stadium, I guess? The Inter Miami Stadium, to watch that game. To watch that home game, to watch the MLS come back to South Florida, a shot at winning, all of that. But the right thing to do is to cancel it right now. You can't have the games. Did you have some news there or something?
As of 10:30, I guess, Mr. Jimenez for Dade County said that the Dade County Youth Fair has been canceled.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
And I guess it's up to
NASCAR.
NASCAR.
So Jazz in the Gardens has been canceled,
right.
too.
NASCAR may run, but no fans. NASCAR may change that dates for March 22.
Again, that's not right either. Where have all those drivers been? Where have those mechanics been? They're all associating with each other. They still can spread it within themselves.
Right.
Unless you quarantine the mechanic, the pit crew, and the driver and keep them away from their families from now to March, then okay, you can do that. But if they're not going to be quarantined and they're going to continue to associate with society, this is just...
The race is the 22nd.
It's
the whole weekend, you know.
We have a bigger race for the human race.
Yeah.
So let's attend this. No sporting event should go on at all, because you can't control the people even in the sporting event. Forget the fans. We're done. We're not a part of it. And next month, the draft has got to be canceled, too.
Well, you know, the
draft is over, man.
There's been this number of...
I'm saying for us, they can still hold the draft like they did in the 70s and early 80s.
The spectacle.
They'll just pick a name, and that's it. There'll be no hugging. There'll be no player and commissioner.
Stage.
Because unless you quarantine the commissioner for a couple of weeks and quarantine each of the players that you're going to have in the green room for a couple of weeks away from everybody, you can't do it. You can't do it.
One thing I did see from Dade County, and because everything, you know, there's been this number of 250 people or less. And he said even if it's a small gathering, how essential is it? Like, we basically need to stop public gatherings altogether. Doesn't matter the number.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it essential? Do you have to do this? If you don't, no.
No. You shouldn't go to any public gatherings anymore. Stay away from public gatherings, period. Seriously. And wash your damn hands 10 times a day. Okay? Every opportunity you get, go ahead and wash them. Because you don't know what you touched that somebody else touched. That's it. That's how we've got to do it for the next couple of weeks. We've got to be Howie Mandel. Okay? As you all, for those of you that, you know, have a little pop culture in your life, you know Howie Mandel's like a germaphobe. We have to become germaphobes to the extreme. There's no more downplaying this. Those of you that were downplaying it, you got to stop already. Got to stop. And those of you out there, the media didn't do anything wrong here. The media did everything perfect. They kept giving you and feeding you information about this. And they kept putting the experts on. Forget about a reporter, forget about me, listen to Sanjay Gupta, listen to the World Health Organizations, Listen to what was the guy, the doctor's name that was facing Congress yesterday and explaining how this virus is 10 times worse than the flu. But no, let's let the idiots that want to count on the flu now, that's been around for 1,000 years, count on the deaths that they have now. But that's the idea. We don't want this to become just like the flu because it'll kill 10 times the amount of people that the flu kills. Got to be smart, folks. Got to be crazy about this. Seriously. And if you want to wear a mask, man. Don't worry about what people say. What you don't want to do is catch it. What you don't want to do is pass it on to anybody. I can't imagine the responsibility that anybody would feel that if they get sick or they pass it on to somebody. And if you and imagine if you pass it on to somebody that's got health issues. You know how you're going to feel? It's terrible. The best thing we do now is that we look out for each other, we support each other, and let's be supportive of each other in all of this.
I was going to say, if I got coronavirus because of my asthma, we would know right. Like I'd be in a bad place.
Well,
really bad place.
Fever, coughing, and shortness of breath. Those are the 3 symptoms of coronavirus. So if you have those, and listen, maybe you get a cold. Plenty of people get a cold. Yesterday, what was the coach?
From Nebraska.
Damn it. Hoiberg. Hoiberg felt terrible on the sidelines, and they took him in, and he tested positive for influenza A, which is the flu. And that's it. That's fine. Celine Dion. Celine Dion also felt ill. She went and tested herself. She doesn't have the coronavirus, but she has the flu, and she canceled her tour. And, you could get the flu. Now, if you have a fever, if you have a cough, if you have shortness of breath, those are the 3 main ones. You got sniffles or whatever, go get yourself checked out if you want, but you probably will have it. I mean, the flu's going to be around. It's going to happen. We can get that, but what we don't want is corona. You want to stay away from that. And you got to be crazy about this. And don't let people make fun of you. Don't let the people that were downplaying it the last couple of weeks affect what you do. Okay? Do responsible things. I mean, right now, my wife and I, we're going to go stock up on some food, stock up on some stuff for the dogs for the next couple of months because I don't know how it's going to be the next couple of months. And the least amount of trips I can make to anywhere where there's other people, the better. Because that's what we have to do now. And we are headed into a very, very, very difficult situation, all of us. And we're all in it together. And that's why we all got to watch out for each other. By taking care of each other, we actually take care of everybody. Yourself, everybody included. Because in the end, that's what we want to do. We want to eliminate this thing. We got to eradicate this thing.
I was going to say, I mean, don't think of just yourself. Think of your friends, your everybody you come in contact with. If you're not being responsible, then you don't care about the people that are around you.
Anyway,
you're with.
It's going to come back to bite you either way if you don't.
You know what? Rudy Gobert, that scene of him touching all the mics and stuff and joking around, I almost kind of feel like the reason he got it is because of that scene and him making jokes, how what goes around comes around, you know what I mean? And it just kind of weird that he's sitting there joking about it on Monday, and here it is Wednesday night, and he gets it.
Donovan Mitchell has now tested positive for the coronavirus, league sources tell ESPN. That's Rudy Gobert's teammate. This is why you can't do this thing about players only. What the NCAA, and the NCAA is doing it with kids. I know they're young men and their ages and all that, but they're kids, man. They're kids. They're 18, 19, 20 years old. When you were that age, do you make good decisions? No. The adults are the ones putting them out there on the court, putting them out there at risk. Those kids don't know if they have it or not. And I don't care that they're young and they can fight it and nothing's going to happen to them. They're still carriers. And are you now quarantining all of those players to make sure they're not associating with anybody whatsoever? I doubt it.
Got to think, that the NCAA is going to make the move like the NBA, right?
Well, here's the problem, dude. NFL hasn't canceled the draft. The Olympic Committee hasn't canceled the Olympics, and the NCAA has not canceled the NCAA tournament. Greed, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Effing greed.
That's it.
That's all that is.
For sure. No doubt.
They paid so much money for the NCAA rights.
They want a return on their dollar.
The NFL is crazy about their draft, and the Olympics is the greediest committee that exists on the planet.
Oh, but they're amateur.
And those three have not said we're canceling. They keep holding out and holding out and holding out because of money. Because that's all they care about. First and foremost for them, it's money. Humanity second. Okay? Because if humanity was first, the Olympic Committee would be saying it along with every other country, we need to cancel the Olympics, specifically because it's also in Asia. Okay? And then every other country should be saying, we are not sending our athletes to the Olympics this year. That's what you should be doing. The NFL has the draft next month where they expect hundreds of thousands of people to be there, on top of the hundreds of thousands of people that are already there from all over the world. Are you kidding me? That is a buffet table of germs. And the NFL has yet to say anything. NCAA tournament, they're serving up their kids. Why? Because we're talking about greed. What's the NCAA all about? What's the Olympics all about? And what's the NFL all about? They're all Gordon Gekko. Go watch Wall Street so you know what the hell I'm talking about. Good morning, Big O. Chris Greer is making all or nothing moves for the Dolphins. It's truly a new day. Rashad Jones and the center. Yeah, Kilgore. I mean, kind of expected. Those are things that he had to do. And I'm glad he did them. John Santos says, good morning. 72 Fins logo. Good morning, Big O. Heat got embarrassed last night. NBA suspended. I'll talk about the Heat in a minute. Not that important, but I'll talk a little bit about it. Ian from Brooklyn says, history of sports changing before our eyes. What up, Big O and Bill? Go Gators. I just hate seeing my teams lose, but you're right. The COVID-19 is a much bigger issue. Yes, it is. Josh says, what's up? Stephen Caprella says, appreciate you, Big O. Stay safe, my friend. Hashtag Dolphin Family. Raging Dolphin Maniac. The college I teach at, and many New York colleges closed for the semester yesterday. Exactly. That's a smart thing to do. FIU is all. Did you notice FIU and UM? FIU is ready to go teach electronically on Monday. UM, bigger school, more money, right? It's going to take them a couple of weeks. Like FIU has got their S together, and they're off and running already. And then I saw the statement from the U that they're not ready yet to go full board on classes through computer only. But kudos to FIU and UM, boy, you dropped the ball, man.
Didn't I see something from the state of Florida that they issued a electronic class across the board?
Yeah.
And UM's not.
But apparently UM is not really ready to go full board. FIU, from what I'm told, that behind the scenes they were riding their professors for the last couple of weeks to actually, hey, get your asses in gear because we're going to need you to be ready to go electronic and teach by computer. So FIU's ready. Apparently UM's not ready yet to go full board on teaching, which is smart.
We are such a retro across the board.
No,
Like
no.
when we see stuff that's proactive, like FIU,
We are
it's in shock.
because we're a reactionary society.
Yeah.
We
Well,
don't.
yeah.
We're not proactive.
No, we're reactive.
Right. Well,
And like I said,
all
to
we do
see,
is we
to see FIU being proactive.
Well, look
that's
at Trump.
so out of the norm.
look at Trump. Trump was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, this
Yeah.
is going away. It's not a problem." And then yesterday, because they kept replaying all those things he's been saying for the last 2 weeks, like it's no big deal, it'll go away, all that. And then yesterday, he kind of had to. He was trying to blame everything on the Far East the entire time on it, but it was like, no, dude, we know. And it's not just a Trump thing. It's a lot of you out there had the same attitude that you just didn't take this seriously. You just didn't. And I'm sorry, but I'm one of the crazed maniacs, along with my wife, that we loaded up on the Purell. We bought masks. We got all kinds of stuff. And we're going to go load up on food today. Because I don't know what's going to hold up. I don't know what's coming for the next couple of months. And the last thing I want to do is go to the supermarket over and over again every week or something like, no, man. Load up now so I don't have to go to the supermarket for a while.
Because of the situation with hand sanitizer running out and whatnot, my sister went online. There is a way, 70% isopropyl alcohol, hand conditioner, aloe, whatever, and some other thing that, like, you can make your own hand sanitizer if you're having a hard time getting it.
Where?
Okay? You can look online, and they'll tell you how to do it.
Why don't you share the link, bro? You got to tell us the link. Let's see. What else do we have here? Josh says Donovan Mitchell. Yep, we read that. John Rouse says doctors have said mask will not help you. No need to wear. Still gets in your eyes. Yeah, but you still it could get in your eyes, but it's still a lot less to get in your eyes than in your mouth, where you're constantly breathing in and your nose. So if you put on a mask, it will help you to a certain degree. Put it this way: the person that has the mask and the person that doesn't, guess who's more susceptible to it? Person without the mask. So if you want to wear a mask, you want to wear gloves, go for it. Let's see what else. I will work at Publix Deli part-time. I told them that I'm going to wear my face mask. They told me I'm not allowed. I told the managers I don't care what's allowed and not. Exactly. Wear the mask. Wear the mask. It's better to have a mask on than have no mask on. That's what I would tell you. Because it could get in your eyes and your ears. Yeah, sure. But you can't cover your eyes and ears. At least you can cover your mouth and your nose, which everything is going through there every moment right now. Anything and everything that's in the air right now is going in my mouth right now. I can't do anything about it.
On YouTube, DIY hand sanitizer YouTube, and they got it broken down. 2/3 99% rubbing alcohol, 1/3 cup of 100% pure aloe vera gel. Optional.
Share the link. Share the link.
It's
Grab the link. Put it on your Twitter.
On YouTube, and just type in DIY how to make hand sanitizer on YouTube.
Dude, learn social media. Grab the link and share it so we can tell people to go to Twitter and get it. That way we do it the right way. Jay Geflin says 2 days until the home opener for Miami FC. Do you know if they're considering canceling? My prediction is that game will not go on. Okay? That's all I can tell you. I've heard some other things, but I'm just telling you. I think it's only common sense that you don't have the game. You cancel all games. Not play any of these games in empty stadiums. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm pretty sure we're not going to have the Inter-Miami game. I know that the MLS is going to make an announcement at 11:30. I know that. Let me see if there's anything out there. Nothing yet. But the MLS will make an announcement at 11:30. Maybe we can carry it. I don't know. We'll see. What else do we have here? Rudy should get jailed. Who's Rudy? What happened to Rudy? What are you talking about? T-Bone, will NFL free agency be delayed because of this virus? I don't think so. No, because they can do a lot of it by phone. Well, they can agree to a deal by phone, but then remember the player has to go sign the contract and pass the physical. So there's a little catch-22 to that. Let's see. T-Zone Abic says, hey, Big O, draft question. If another team wants to trade up for Tua and Jeff Okudah is sitting there at the number 5 pick, would you feel comfortable pulling the trigger? Hell yeah, man. On a shutdown corner? Yeah. I want an offensive lineman there. I want Tristan Wirfs there. But if you get Jeff Okudah, what am I going to tell you? That's a bad pick? Nah, I'm good. Art of the Sport says, Big O, it's fine to take this serious, but don't let mainstream media make you crazy about it. Dude, I'm not crazy about it. I'm going to protect myself and my family as much as I can. So I don't care about what the mainstream media says. And the mainstream media has done nothing wrong. So I'm not sure where you're going with that, T-Zone. I haven't seen anything wrong in the mainstream media. All they keep doing is reporting about it. The new case here, that they're closing this, that this is getting shut down. Then they put on an expert, another expert, and another expert. They're not saying, they're going by whatever all the experts are telling you. Okay, the World Health Organization has been telling you to take this serious for a while. And then they finally called it a pandemic. And yesterday they told you it's 10 times worse. So again, it's, you know what it is? It's a lazy take to take a shot at the media. You really have no material, but you'll take a shot at the media. When the media has done nothing in this thing at all. So I don't know what the hell any of you are talking about with the media. Nothing. They've done nothing here wrong. Uncle Joe says, be safe out there, Big O, and your crew. We will, thank you. You be safe out there. Ray D, unless you're wearing an N95 mask, it won't help you. Also, eyes are not protected from a mask. I got it, and I do have an N95 mask, by the way. I have 4 of them. Got one for the wife, got one for the daughter, got one for me, and got one for the mother-in-law. Bromar Smelly says, I hear the virus really isn't that bad. People recover from it. Yeah, no. People are dying. Yeah, no, they all recover. Let's see. Elderly and people with underlying diseases are the ones that have the effect the most. Healthy people go through the process and will recover. Yes. But healthy people that are going through the process are carriers, which could then hand it off to the elderly, who then end up suffering big time. So nobody wants to carry this. Even though you might be healthy enough to live through it, you also, during that process, get somebody else or two. Remember, the average is, I think it's 2.3 or 2.2. I forgot which one it is. But the average is whoever gets the coronavirus will affect 2.2, 2.3 people. So guaranteed that you get it, you're handing it off to 2 other people. And they're handing it off to 2 other people. And they're handing it off to 2 other people. Do you understand that? That's just 2. Some people might affect more. Stop thinking this whole thing about, well, if I get it, I'll survive. Yeah, but you might hand it off to somebody that won't, dude. You touched the rail that the elderly person just touched. Bromar says, dude, the draft is still a long ways to go. Maybe S gets better by that time. Bromar, dude, do you realize that the draft is like 5 weeks away? Okay, you're going to have to keep people quarantined for a while. And people will continue to get sick because of the domino effect I just told you. So do you think that in 2 weeks, everybody's going to be healthy? Or don't you think more people will get sick in the next couple days, in the next week or 2, and the cycle continues until you can then bring it down? It's going to take several months. The naivete is to think that you're going to get over this in a month. It's an entire world is involved in this. Okay? It's not one country. It's not a state. It's not a city. We have an entire city in New York that is right now under National Guard. The entire city has been quarantined. This is not something to joke about. This is not something to take light. This is not something to think, well, if I get it, it's no big deal. No, it's a big deal if you get it. Because your ass then needs to be somewhere where you don't touch, see anybody for weeks. So you don't get anybody else involved. in this whole mess. You guys got to stop downplaying this. Now Donovan Mitchell tested positive. Yes, we know. Angel Pena says, will be interesting to see what the NFL does for the draft next month. You got to cancel it already. In the next couple of days, you need to cancel it. People have to cancel their flights. They have to cancel their hotels, their Airbnbs. They have to get their money back. You have to do the right thing. You can't get people involved here. Let's see. Masks are only good if you're the sick person. Brother, masks are good, period. Again, keep downplaying it. Go ahead. Alex Diaz, hey, what's up, Big O? And everyone, please stay safe out there and follow the proper hygiene. This is really scary. Sources say the NHL suspended their season. I don't know yet, but they should. Everybody should be suspending their seasons right now. As much it's going to affect my world, because it does affect my world in a big-time way, you got to do it, man. Well, it says right now, given the uncertainty regarding the next steps regarding the coronaviruses, clubs are advised not to conduct morning skate practices or team meetings today. So what's next?
I was just going to say, if you can't get together for a meeting or a practice, you certainly can't have a game.
Rudy Gobert was the domino that changed everything. Oh, and yesterday, Tom Hanks and his wife.
Yeah.
They're in Australia. They got tested positive, and they're and not for nothing, but Tom Hanks.
They're 63 years old. I saw both of them.
They're up there in years, so you got to be careful. So they're quarantined now, and we're going to be able to keep up with their progress now. And this is no joke, man. This is no joke. Love God, love people says, Big O, I heard in a warm weather state, COVID-19 virus can't survive or spread as fast compared to cold weather states. Meanwhile, we got somebody getting it on Fisher Island. We got another case in Dade County, another one in Broward. It still happens. Do you know why? It's not hot in here. There's no heat in here right now where I'm at. You forgot about that part.
We're constantly in controlled environments.
Right. It might be hot outside, but the person that's carrying it and sick, they walked into a Burger King. They walked into a Wendy's. They walked into anywhere. Doesn't matter.
My mom was supposed to go take some tests and stuff the other day and like decided not to. It's like you're going to go to the doctor's office with all these sick people and stuff like that.
Right.
Better to err caution. And I'm like, yeah, that was a great choice.
Yes, exactly. So just because it's hot outside, we don't spend our times outside all the time. We're always
it's for
inside.
the walk to the car to the front door. That's it, you know?
Yeah, we're all inside in some cold room every single time. And by the way, the cases in Florida are increasing. They're not decreasing. When I start seeing numbers decrease, then I can start to feel a little better. But right now, worldwide, all the numbers are increasing. And finally, they cut out travel, which is what they should have done a while back already. No travel in and out of the country. None.
There hasn't been one place, one thing where it has everything is accelerating. Every single spot.
Yeah.
You know what's the worst? The Italian health official passing away.
Yeah.
I mean, that should tell you right there. You got a health official for Italy that died from this.
Angel Pena says, hoping in 2 months life goes back to normal. I think 2-3 months is probably the amount of time we're going to be dealing with this. Hopefully it's only 2 or 3 months. You know, it depends on how responsible we are as a world. T-Bone says, Kilgore release, Crushberry or Bidaz should be an upgrade and can be had in the top of the second and for cheap. They'll get a centerman. I'm not worried about that. And Kilgore was just a guy, nothing special. Let's see. Go Gators says, Peter, you don't have DR in front of your name, you jackass. Or what's going on with Peter. Let's see. John says this virus may have been around for a while and no one ever knew. Maybe last year when I had the flu, it was coronavirus, but didn't know since I didn't go to the doc. It could be. It's been around forever, the coronavirus. It's been around for a long time. It's been dormant for a long time. Big O, when are you going to talk about if there's no sports going on? Bromar, that's a great question, my brother. We'll talk life. The shows won't be as long because, I don't know what material I'm going to use. You know what I mean? And the material's not going to be good. I can't talk music because concerts are going to be, I don't even know how long I'm going to do this today. Let's see. What do we have? The Who postponed their tour in the UK and in Europe. Yes cancels their concerts and withdrawals from their cruise. Machine Head cancels their UK and Europe tour. Sammy Hagar cancels their South American tour. I told you about Celine Dion. And My Chemical Romance postponed their Japan tours. So, there you go. I just wiped out 6 stories.
That was pretty quick, man.
I know. But this is what's going on. So it's going to be really tough to do talk shows. I got to be honest with you. It's really tough right now. In fact, let me take a quick break here. We'll come back on the other side. We'll talk a little Heat about the game last night. We'll get into also some breaking news is about to come through in this half hour here. We'll also address that. If you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, 786-322-1105 on Twitter at Big O Show. And, of course, if you're watching on YouTube, on the chat board, back with more right here on the Big O Show.
Plus tax, tag title. It includes $8.99 dealer fee on approved credit offers and 11/10/19.
Over 1,500 Toyotas are on the ground, and truckloads of new 2020 Toyotas just keep on coming. To eliminate all 2019 models, Toyota of Hollywood is holding the ultimate 2019 model year changeover event. Make us an offer, any offer, and you can buy a Toyota at up to 50% less than their original MSRP when new and used.
50% less.
A pre-owned 2019 RAV4, not $30,000, $19,775. A pre-owned 2019 Camry LE, not $26,000, $17,775. A pre-owned 2019 Corolla LE, not $22,000, $12,775. Pay up to 50% less at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer, based on total retail sales of new Toyotas in the Southeast region for 2014 to 2018 per SCT, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Are you tired of watching the same old travel videos on the internet? Well, then check out MikeNoGoZones.com, a travel documentary that's breaking barriers. I go to the places that the media tells you to fear, where no one else dares to go. Baltimore, Opelika, South Side of Chicago, and more. Go to MikeNoGoZones.com.
No one expects to get into a crash, but I expect you to go to accidentlawfirm.com if you do. Make sure when hiring a driver you go through a rideshare app so that you can be covered by the insurance, which can be up to $1 million whether you're a passenger or a driver. In other words, don't try to save a few bucks by paying cash instead of going through the app. I'm attorney Bobby Nunez from Nunez Law in Miami, and we're here to help you through the process. Go to accidentlawfirm.com for a free consultation from me, Bobby Nunez. That's accidentlawfirm.com.
America's safest and best-selling compact luxury SUV is at Acura of Pembroke Pines, and this is how we do it. RDX, $339 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
The world's biggest band is coming twice. Metallica. Headlining the Welcome to Rockville Music Festival. 2 different nights, 2 different sets. The weekend of May 8th through the 10th. Go to welcometorockvillefestival.com for all information. Get your tickets on sale right now. The one, the only Metallica. Go to welcometorockvillefestival.com.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
All righty, we're back here. Toyota of Hollywood. Yes, sir. 1841 North State Road 7. I can tell you why this is going to stick around. I'll give you an example. Just went to the bathroom now. Somebody else is there. I'm done. I go to the sink. I wash my hands. The other dude walks right out the door. Hope you don't shake hands with him. 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105. I'm telling you. I just saw it right now. Just saw it right now.
That's just so, wrong, man. Normally, but compounded because of the situation now. How irresponsible. Dude, seriously?
You hit the urinal, dude. Do you think nothing's bouncing back on your hands? Even if you're not feeling it, it's so minuscule, but it is bouncing back, and it's everybody else's was there too. And I go to the sink right away, and a double shot of the stuff and everything. I got a big old fountain of a big old foam fountain, and I'm just putting it in, and I read that thing where you got to go right around the nails and all that, and I'm doing all of that, and I watched the other cat just walk right out the door. I'm like, oh, and by the way, guaranteed, after I was drying my hands, the towel, okay, I threw that away. I grabbed a new one, dry, just to grab the handle on the door. And I always do that, by the way. I don't know about you guys, but I had never touched the indoor handle of the bathroom with my hand ever anymore. For years now, I always use whatever towel I'm drying myself with, I use it. This time I didn't even do that because of this whole thing. Now I grabbed a fresh towel, and I grabbed the handle with that. Because, I just told you that the other dude didn't even clean his hands, and he grabbed the handle. Just saying, man. Just saying. That's where we're at. So for those of you that think this is going to end quickly, oh, no, in the one guy in 2 weeks, come on, don't be so negative. It's like, dude, I'm not being negative. I'm trying to live in reality. A lot of you out there don't want to live in reality. You know what I mean? It's just live in reality, bro. Look what's going on. And by the way, we're out here at Toyota of Hollywood, #1 volume Toyota dealership in the Southeast United States now. And that's 6 years in a row. They've got over 1,500 cars and trucks. So come on out here and check it out. And when you have 1,500 cars or trucks, that means you're going to get a large selection of Supras. You're going to get a Toyota, like a Camry, a Corolla that you want. That's why a Tundra, there's a beautiful Tundra that's right here in front of us, that you want to get on down out here to 1841 North State Road 7. See Steve Ostrov, Herbie, all the great guys out here. They'll take care of you, baby, at Toyota of Hollywood, which is always a beautiful thing. Let's see. T-Bone says, any rumors, Big O, on the Finns free agent targets? No, sir. No, sir. We haven't heard anything. I just hope they do get the Tunney guy from the Patriots. That would be nice.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't today the last day to put franchise tags, right?
No, they extended that to Sunday, I think it is.
Wait, you know what? Because of the
Yeah.
vote, actually, it's Monday.
Or Monday.
It's Monday. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
we
Post the vote.
Yeah, we still have time for that. Let's see. Josh says, are free agent meetings going to be video? I think it's a good idea. I don't know what they're going to do. All I know is you can't hold the draft with fans. You can't do that in Vegas. That would be incredibly irresponsible by the NFL. Uncle Joe, Calle Ocho, and Ultra Fest canceled their shows as well. Yes. Yeah, Calle Ocho's been canceled for a while, and so is Ultra. That was last week. They were they were ahead of the game on that one. Let's see. Someone's been living in the Rock. I don't know what that means. Uncle Joe says, you are a smart man, Big O. I don't think so, but I appreciate it. Andy Raphael says, no NBA. Wow. Yeah. No doubt, man. Sucks. I do that. Let's see. Oh, he goes, I do that in everywhere I go. Gas stations are the filthiest. Yes, definitely. I have the little gloves for the gas station. I never, ever grab that gas handle. No. And if I don't have the gloves, then I'll get a napkin. But I won't touch the handle either. Oh, in your broadcasting career, when do you know when it's time to include information for the public good into your sportscast? Doug, when it's important. Well, when we did 9/11, hurricanes, this right now, when you have this kind of an event going on, it overtakes sports. And this is literally overtaking sports. 9/11, they may cancel games for a day or something, but then the games continue, and at least you will have that. And even a hurricane only affects a certain part of the country. The rest of the country continues. So you can continue to talk about it. This is literally going to change all of our lives. It doesn't matter where you are and what walk of life you're in. There's a lot of you that won't be able to go to work. I mean, we're headed for hard times, man, all of us. That's why we're going to need patience. We're going to need common decency. We're gonna need a level of humanity that maybe a lot of us have not shown in a while. But we're gonna have to do these kind of things to get through the next couple of months here, and I hope it's just a couple of months. I mean, I just gave you an example right now of how this kind of stuff lingers because people like that allow it to linger. Because they're not willing to take it serious and not willing to do what's best for themselves, which then in turn is best for everybody. It's like that attitude. Well, if I'm young, if I catch it, I don't care. I'll get through it. That's not the point. You're now a carrier. You may give it to somebody else. That's the worst part about it. We have to have a different mindset for all of this. Big O was so funny yesterday when you and Bill were talking about banging all the 305 Latinas in the 80s. Damn, you guys were a bunch of hoes. Yep. Yeah, it's the 80s, bro. If you live the 80s, you know the 80s were wild. 72 Finn's logo goes, we need to all stop going into public restrooms, restaurants, etc., etc. Wash hands for more than 20 seconds. Stay safe, Big O. Everybody be responsible. Amen. Angel says, give Adam Silver credit for putting the welfare of the players over money. Yes and no. Hold on. Let's talk a little bit about what happened with the NBA last night. Let's also not be too phony here about this. Go watch the Woj line. Let me pull it up. Why am I going to I'll just show it to you guys, and we'll talk about it. Okay? What the hell, right? So easy to pull up his Twitter. All you got to do is put Woj, and that's it. And it's gone. Let's see. Where are we now? This is before Rudy Gobert, okay? All right, here we go. Reporting with Zach Lowe, consensus among owners of Board of Governors call with the league office was either to continue the season with no fans in the arena or have NBA take a hiatus for a period of time NBA is expected to have a decision as soon as Thursday on the next steps. Oh, here we go. I'm sorry, the tweet before that, 18 hours ago. The NBA is exploring ways to allow the league to continue playing and televising games during the corona crisis, even if it's increasingly likely that it'll be done in empty arenas. The Board of Governors, owners with NBA was set for 4:30. So Woj, which, come on, man. You know, if Woj is doing this, it's because he got enough people in the NBA that are telling him, yeah, we're going to try to continue to play, but without the fans. Okay? That's 18 hours ago. 16 hours later, 2 hours later after that, reporting with Zach Lowe, consensus among NBA owners, Board of Governors, is the call with the league office was either to continue the season with no fans in the arena or have NBA take a hiatus for a period of time. NBA is expected to have a decision as soon as Thursday on next steps. That was today. Today's Thursday. Yesterday, he's saying that tomorrow, today, would be the day, right? So now the Rudy Gobert thing happens last night, right? And so now it says several teams are willing, this is 15 hours ago, okay? Several teams are willing to put the games on a hiatus, but the rest wanted to move towards eliminating fans from arenas to continue playing games. Sources tell ESPN one team wanted to keep status quo until government and public mandate dictated the change. The New York Knicks. I mean, how clueless is Dolan? Dolan wanted to wait till the city tells him so he could keep just putting people at risk. Okay? And then 14 hours later, 14 hours later, which is an hour after that one, the NBA has suspended the season. The hiatus, they'll use the hiatus to determine the next steps moving forward. So, the most connected guy in the NBA was already hearing that the owners were thinking of more playing the games without the fans. Then they were, thinking about playing the games without the fans and then the hiatus. And I wonder if at that moment they found out about Rudy and he was being tested. Okay? I know about something else right now that I can't talk about in another league. Anyway, so now you got then the Rudy Gobert test comes out and the NBA says it's off the table. We're done. And that's the owner that's the commissioner going, no. I'm not no. We're not taking any chances. We're cashing in. So you saw it last night in the gradual texts of Woj that at first that information was that they were going to keep playing because they have this idea, which, by the way, the NCAA is kind of doing the same thing right now. And they're putting all their players at risk. I mean, when Hoiberg went down yesterday with the illness, people were freaking out. Because if he has corona, he's around players, he's around coaches, he's around trainers. Anybody could get sick. This has got to be, approached the right way. But don't kid yourselves. The NBA, to a certain extent, they wanted to keep this thing going as much as they can because there's a lot of money involved. Now this allows them to take a hiatus, and it'll still work out for them because the league can come back in a couple of months, maybe in July or August, and then pick up where they left off. And I know it'll kind of screw up their clock or whatever. Maybe you shorten the season next year so you can give them time to rest or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how you're going to do it. Again, this is an adjustment for everybody. But let's not kid ourselves. They wanted to keep this thing going because of all the money that's involved. Let's see. Big O just went to a customer and got scanned for temperature. Good for you. Adam Silver was born with COVID. That's not nice. Bottom O, the morning peeps. Thank you, King Short. Edward Bonaventure says, just unfortunate that the Finns' biggest draft in their history coming up, the virus goes and potentially puts a damper on the exciting time for Doll fans. Just hope this country gets a handle. Yeah, I mean, look, it sucks for us as Doll fans. We're not going to be able to go to Vegas and enjoy the moment. But let's just hope that they make the right picks and we can get past this virus and we can enjoy a terrific Dolphin season where they take another step forward from this past year. That's it, man. But the health and welfare of our country and the world. I'm sorry. I was so wrong on my part. The most important thing is the health and welfare of this entire world. And let's get past this first. So then we can all live our lives and enjoy our lives. But while we have this, we're not going to be able to enjoy our lives. And while people aren't cleaning their hands after going to the bathroom, we're not going to enjoy our lives either. Let's see. Angel says, it's true. Dolan is a complete jackass. NBA should step in and take control of the Knicks. Force Dolan out. They did it with Donald Sterling. Yeah, but Donald Sterling was a racist. Dolan's just an idiot. You can't force somebody out just because they're stupid. You know what I mean? That's the problem. So it's kind of a catch-22. And
stupidity is not a reason for dismissal.
No, it's not. Not as an owner.
Right?
Not as an owner, no.
You got the money, so stupidity gets bypassed.
Yeah. Andy Raphael says, Ghetto Kudo or Simmons with the 5th pick, O. Lyman in the 18th pick, and Swift at 26. It's going to be like Jefferson if he's gone, then a stud linebacker. Andy Raphael has got it all figured out, baby. What else do we have here? Joe says, what do they do with the NFL draft? Call-in draft maybe or postpone? No, it'll be a call-in like it was in the 70s and 80s. Like when they drafted Dan Marino. And you know what? It may not even be like that. Everybody might be in their own city with a webcam. You may not put all the draft people in one room either. That may not make sense either. I mean, this is kind of like this is all new for the NFL.
The less people gathered together, the safer. So,
yes.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yes. Simmons, Love, and Willis, round 1. Then get Gordon in round 3. Pellegrino says soccer canceled. I would not be surprised if that's the case. I know they were doing it at 11:30. Let me see if you are correct, sir. If soccer, yep. Major League Soccer suspends the season for 30 days. Major League Soccer has suspended the match for 30 days, effective immediately, as the league continues to assess the impact of COVID-19 with its medical task force and public health officials. At the appropriate time, the league and clubs will communicate plans for the continuation of the 2020 season and update the status of league events. Our clubs were united today in the decision to temporarily suspend our season. Based on the advice and guidance from the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, Public Health Agency of Canada, and other public health authorities, and in the best interest of our fans, players, officials, and employees, said Don Garber, the commissioner. We'd like to thank our fans for their continued support during this challenging time. So, Major League Soccer has suspended their season for 30 days. No surprise here. I kind of expected this. It's what you got to do, man. It's the right thing to do. Miami, Florida slums and news. Alexander News Show. Oh, that's a long title, bro. And we got you a plug. Big O, congrats on your new GIF. Okay. I don't know what GIF did I do that's new, but I appreciate it. Or did you mean gig or job?
I think it was gig.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your enter.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it, man. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. Go Gators, no lie. There was a teacher in my high school that would use the restroom and not wash his hands, literally strutted out of the bathroom like it was no one's business. Nasty B. I agree with you. Andy says NBA should ban the regular season and go straight into the playoffs. Let's see. Oh, there you go. He corrected it. Big O, congrats on your new gig with Inter Miami. But you won't be able to critique the team. Yes, you're right about that. I work for the team. You're right about that. Let's see. At least I'm not a phony. All right? I'm not going to lie to you either, right? I'm just not a BS artist. Miguel Garcia, without sports, is Bill going to keep his job? Why you gotta do that to Bill, bro? Why you gotta be firing Bill or something, bro?
What's up with that, man?
Yeah, why you gotta do that, man? Come on. Uncle Joe, Big O, did Inter cancel their home opener on? Well, dude, the whole season's canceled. The whole season's been postponed for 30 days. This, by the way, I would say is a good thing for Inter. Do you know why I say that? Let's just say you had the idea of playing the season without the fans. Can you imagine your home opener after you've worked for 7 years to get to this point? You're David Beckham and you're Jorge Mas. You have done, when it comes to construction, what he has done and accomplished, he and his team, in 8.5 months to tear down Lockhart full of weeds and make that giant, beautiful stadium now that's there in 8.5 months is just groundbreaking, record-breaking, incredibly impressive. And then you're going to go through all this to then have your season opener with no fans? That doesn't make any sense, ladies and gentlemen. You can't do that. So actually, by the MLS stepping in and postponing the entire season for 30 days, that actually is good for Inter Miami because they can still have their home opener in 30 days with a large crowd. And that's what matters. Now, I don't know if we're going to be through this in a month. That's the problem with that. And that's why I keep telling you guys, the draft, let's say you're still at this 3 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now. The NFL can't hang on to the draft till that moment and then, well, you know, we're going to go through this for another month and then cancel it. Do you know how many people would be screwed out of money? You have to do it ahead of time so people can try to get their money back from their air flights because everybody reserved plane tickets. And more often than not with those tickets, we're not getting our money back. We're getting credited is what's going to happen. Because I know when I call the airline, I'm probably not going to get my money back. There's a good chance they'll say, well, we will credit you and you'll have a year or two or whatever to use the flight. And then I got to figure out a place to go. Which, I mean, you know, it'll be really hard for me to figure out a concert over the next year that I can go to. It's usually really difficult for me to fly out for a concert. I never do things like that. I'm being facetious, by the way, if you didn't pick up on it.
I was going to say, man, the Vegas tickets could be used for the Dolphins-Raiders game.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We'll definitely find a usage for this stuff.
Oh, for sure. For sure. There's no doubt about that. Let's see. What else do we have here? We do have I do have a couple of other things that I want to talk about. Let's get into a little heat talk on the game last night against the Hornets. Because again,
do you want to hold that thought? And
I am at the top of the hour now. I'm going to take a quick break here, but when this is called the tease, Bill. Let me tease
them, brother.
All right, so we're gonna come back on the other side and talk about a little heat action because we got people that are a little bent out of shape about what went on, and you shouldn't be. And I'll tell you why you shouldn't be. Before we do that, let me tell you about EJD Construction. Please call Eric and John, folks. I'm not talking about a handyman. I'm talking about custom home construction and major home remodeling. Call them 305-318-4978, and they do it all. You want to redo that kitchen. You want to modernize that kitchen again. You want to redo the man cave, the front yard, the backyard, whatever it is, the bedroom. Maybe you want your TV to come out of the floor, the roof, the walls, whatever. They can do all kinds of construction for you. They are exceptional. That's why I want you to call Eric and John right now. Eric, this is his personal cell number, the owner, 305-318-4978. You're looking to redo that home, that business, that office. Call EJD Construction, 305-318-4978.
America's safest and best-selling compact luxury SUV is at Acura of Pembroke Pines, and this is how we do it. RDX, $339 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
No one expects to get into a crash, but I expect you to go to accidentlawfirm.com if you do. Make sure when hiring a driver you go through a rideshare app so that you can be covered by the insurance, which can be up to $1 million whether you're a passenger or a driver. In other words, don't try to save a few bucks by paying cash instead of going through the app. I'm attorney Bobby Nunez from Nunez Law in Miami, and we're here to help you through the process. Go to accidentlawfirm.com for a free consultation from me, Bobby Nunez. That's accidentlawfirm.com.
Are you tired of watching the same old travel videos on the internet? Well, then check out MikeNoGoZones.com, a travel documentary that's breaking barriers. I go to the places that the media tells you to fear, where no one else dares to go. Baltimore, Opelika, South Side of Chicago, and more. Go to MikeNoGoZones.com.
Plus tax, tech title. It includes $8.99 dealer fee on approved credit offers and 11/10/19.
Over 1,500 Toyotas are on the ground, and truckloads of new 2020 Toyotas just keep on coming. To eliminate all 2019 models, Toyota of Hollywood is holding the ultimate 2019 model year changeover event. Make us an offer, any offer, and you can buy a Toyota at up to 50% less than their original MSRP when new and used. 50% less. A pre-owned 2019 RAV4, not $30,000, $19,775. A pre-owned 2019 Camry LE, not $26,000, $17,775. A pre-owned 2019 Corolla LE, not $22,000, $12,775. Pay up to 50% less at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer, based on total retail sales of new Toyotas in the Southeast region for 2014 to 2018 per SET, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
The world's biggest band is coming twice. Metallica. Running the Welcome to Rockville Music Festival. 2 different nights, 2 different sets. The weekend of May 8th through the 10th. Go to welcometorocktillefestival.com for all information. Get your tickets on sale right now. The one, the only Metallica. Go to welcometorocktillefestival.com.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
We're back. Beautiful Toyota of Hollywood. Be out here for a little bit more, talking some stuff. I don't know how much more we've got here, but I do want to talk a little bit about the Heat last night. They lost to the Hornets, 109-98, so they lose their 5th home game of the season. Don't freak out. It's not a big thing because the Heat, man, the Heat have had a great year, and we've talked about this before. This is a young team, and this is what young teams do. You know, they beat Milwaukee, and then they lose to the Hornets. And they had a 20-point lead yesterday. Wasn't it 40-20, I think, at one point? Right? I think it was, I want to say early on, it was like 40-20.
That first quarter, it was 40-22, but we were up by 22 points.
Yeah.
At one point.
I mean, they were kicking their ass, you know? And by the way, it is amazing how bad Michael Jordan is as an executive. I get it. Last night, Devontae Graham lit it up with 8 3-pointers and all that stuff and had 30 points. But, wow, dude. I mean, his team sucks every year. He is one, as great as he was a player, he's that bad an executive. That's how amazing. I mean, he is a Hall of Shame executive and a Hall of Fame player. Right? I mean, he's right there with James Dolan. Seriously. There's no difference between James Dolan and Michael Jordan. That's scary for Michael. That's scary. Anyway, as I digress here, So the Heat losing last night, this is what young teams do. It's what it is, and they've already overachieved as it is to this point. I just don't see this as the kind of team that's going to make some kind of a deep run in the Eastern Conference because they're still young and they're trying to figure things out. And they don't know yet what consistency is. They still don't know the Heat effort that you need on defense on a night in and night out basis. And then again, they're young and their bodies aren't developed, their minds aren't developed. So this is what happens with young teams. And you don't really have a number one guy on this team that can kind of erase everything at the end of a game. Like Jimmy can have some moments, but he's really not a number one guy. And Bam is phenomenal. What do you have, 10 assists? I wrote it down. He had 10 assists and 7 rebounds yesterday along with the 21 points. He was awesome, man. He's always awesome. God, he's so terrific to watch. But overall, it's kind of what I've been telling you all, the last couple of weeks now that they kind of took that step back. And after the 24-8 start, we now see a lot of the holes in their game because they're not that same team anymore. 24-8. They're a team that hovers right around 500 now, is what they are. And so that's the happy medium now that they're at. They're not 24-8. They're not really a 500 team, but they're going to find themselves somewhere in the middle of that, and they're going to have a terrific year. They're going to win. What is it? They're 41. They probably win 50 games. It's a phenomenal season for this team. I didn't expect them to win 50 games. I didn't expect them to be a 4 seed or 5 seed, and that's exactly where they're going to end up. So overall, it's going to become, and they've had a couple breaks with the Philly injuries and all that stuff, but they're going to they're and the Oladipo injury too for this season. That kind of hurt them too because Indy, if they have a healthy Oladipo from the get-go, it may be a different standings that's going on right now in the NBA. We might be seeing something completely different. But they've had some of those breaks. They've been able to take advantage of it. And that's why I say you just got to let it go and not get all flustered about it, because yesterday there were a couple people like bitching and complaining to me, and I'm like, dude, relax. It's not a big deal. They're not better than Milwaukee, and they went and beat Milwaukee twice. So they're winning some of the games they're not supposed to win. So this is what young teams do. They're not going to win some of the games that they're not supposed to win and then win all the games they're supposed to win. No, they're going to lose some of those games, unfortunately. And last night was one of them. So chalk it up to a young team that is still learning how to be consistent, still learning how to deal with everything. And listen, the injuries don't count. Whoever they were missing yesterday doesn't count. I don't care that Jimmy didn't play. I don't care that Myers Leonard didn't play. Things like that. It to me doesn't matter any of that because they've won games without those guys. And against Charlotte, you should be able to beat them without those guys. And you didn't. And that's because you're young. You're not ready yet for all these kind of. I think next year and the year after that is where you see all these young guys really take that next step forward physically, mentally, and they don't lose games like that last night. So again, not a big deal. Forget about it. It's not important, losing that game. Just kind of part of the process, the growing pains that you have to deal with when it comes to young basketball teams. All right, 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, that's 786-322-1105. If you want to get in, you can also reach out to us on Twitter. That's at Big O Show. Those of you that want to reach out here on the chat board, remember to give us the thumbs up on the YouTube chat board and grab the link, the YouTube link, and share it with somebody on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, Reddit, Twitter, what's it called? What's that other, which other one was I thinking of? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, I don't know, anything. Reddit, you name it. Share it on all of them, okay? Share it, baby. Big O, I work for a production company, and the concert I was supposed to work today at American Airlines Arena for Aventura was canceled because of the coronavirus. I'm not surprised, man. I'm not surprised. We're going to lose a lot of things that we all love to do. We're not going to be able to do. Mark says, if anybody understands high school math and sees what's going on in Italy, especially northern Italy, they would not think that this is an overreaction. If anything, we are still underreacting. Mark, you, sir, are a badass. You have to break the channels of infection. The sooner the better. The only way with no vaccine or treatment is social distancing. Amen? He also says the Italians are suffering terribly. The doctors have to leave people to die untreated. The least we can do is learn from that. Oh, yeah. Did you hear yesterday in Italy? There was a woman that she's screaming from her window because her husband's been dead for 24 hours. And that the authorities have to wait 48 hours after the death to go pick him up. And she has her husband dead in her house with her. Yeah. Sad. Let's see. Miami, Florida says at least Jimmy Butler will get healed up with the season getting suspended. It's a good point. It's a very good point because his body's all beaten up. Go Gator says, Big O, the Heat are only 2 wins behind Boston for the 3rd seed. Good chance they can steal that when the league resumes. Well, we'll see because Boston also gets the break, and they're better. Boston's a better team. They're deeper. They have more talent. It's not that simple, but they will have a chance. Now, again, they're young, so sometimes they don't really know how to take advantage of these kind of moments. You know? All right, 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, 786-322-1105. You can reach out to us on Twitter. That's at Big O Show. As always, what else do we have here? Mark Davis, owner of the Raiders. He was, we were talking about the draft and how they're going to handle the draft. So Mark Davis was asked about the NFL draft and what's going on, and he said the league office, the Players Association, and the city and the state are working together. He told Michael Gelkin of the Dallas Morning News, they're making a measured decision. Health and safety will always be number one. They'll make the correct decision, Davis says. They won't put anyone in jeopardy over it. So now we await for the NFL to make their decision here on this one. And hopefully they will make the right decision when it comes to this. Because, look, it's a great moment for the NFL, the draft. It's Christmas for all fans, right? Because the draft is the day you find out what's under the tree for your football team. Did they draft this tackle, this quarterback, this running back? And for us as Dolphin fans, they've got 14 picks in the draft. So this is going to be one of the great moments for us as Dolphin fans.
Going to have, like me, Christmas birthday combo practice.
Exactly. And that's why, you want this to be the perfect moment. But if you're the league, hey, man, the league's going to survive one way or another, with or without the fans there in the draft. The experience you and I lose out on because obviously we get to go to Vegas for a couple days. We get to see our beloved Dolphins make several picks, right? I mean, life is going to be fun watching all of that. I've been dreaming about this week all year, and now it's gone. But the most important thing is that we're all healthy and that we get to enjoy the Dolphins season that's coming, that we get to enjoy watching those 14 draft picks and more players, hopefully free agency and the like, to help out this team. That's really the most important part. So let's be vigilant about this. Let's take care of each other. Let's look out for each other. Let's do what's best. When I got here at Toyota of Hollywood today, and I was walking in, one sales guy was greeting another sales guy. Do you know how they greeted each other? With elbows. And I was like kind of smiling and proud at the same time of those two guys. Because I've watched some people already shake hands, and I'm like, it's not a rude thing to not shake hands right now. Okay? Little fist bump, elbow if you want. Maybe the salute. Okay? Maybe just a hello, just a goodbye. Take it easy. What's up? Maybe those are better right now. The best thing right now isn't to shake hands. And these are the things that we're going to have to do so we can enjoy the Dolphin season, enjoy the 14 draft picks. But the NFL has got to do the right thing here. You cannot hold the draft. And sadly, they are in the worst city ever to hold that draft. Nothing against Las Vegas. I love going to Vegas. Been there like 30 times. Okay? But I also know that it's a smorgasbord of disease and viruses and germs because you've got people coming from all over the world to go to Las Vegas. Now, if you held the draft and you were in Chicago or Nashville, yeah, you'll have people from other places, but nothing like Vegas. Because there's nothing like Vegas. And people want to go to Vegas. And if they live in Singapore or they live in Russia or they live in Canada or Mexico or anywhere in the United States, you'll find them in Vegas. And not to be biased, but you'll also find plenty of folks from Asian countries in Vegas. And that's the epicenter of this disease. Or virus, I'm sorry, not disease. And it's not to pick on the Asian community, but it is something that it's a bias that they're going to have to live with right now. Because I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to dance around it. It's going to happen. It's already happening. Hell, Jeremy Lin, I read where he was donating money to a cause that because right now the mistreating of Asian people, and a lot of people are looking at Asian people like they've got the cooties. It doesn't matter who they are. If you're Asian, they're kind of looking at you and they want to stay away from you right now at this point. Not fun. Not fun at all. All right, 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, you can also reach out to us on Twitter. That's at Big O Show. Follow us there as always because it is a 24-hour talk show. Did you see what Mark Cuban's going to do? So Cuban, his reaction to the cancellation of the season or the postponement of the season went viral last night. You could tell he was looking at his phone when that call came through, and he was freaking out, right? Because, again, it's pretty strong stuff, especially for owners out there. But Cuban reacted the right way when asked about all of this. He said, hey, the developments are crazy. It's more like out of a movie. He also said the team would set up a program to take care of the workers who would lose pay during the stoppage. That's pretty cool. I'm not necessarily into the show, but I think it's called Shark Tank, and Cuban's in it. And my wife and my daughter watch that show religiously, right? They love that show. So it's always on. And Cuban's one of those guys that you kind of love-hate in a way if you're a Heat fan because of some of the things that's happened with the Heat. But overall, he looks like a really cool dude, and a lot of times I think he gets. I think he's well in touch with what's going on, and I'll tell you this from watching Shark Tank a few times now, because when I walk into the living room, they're there watching it, so I'll sit down and watch it with them. I've grown to actually like him even more when I see him on Shark Tank, and when I saw that he immediately thought of the people in that arena that those jobs are super important to them. More often than not, let me explain something to you. Somebody that's working at the arena, that's their second job. And we have a lot of people in this country that need 2 or 3 jobs to survive. Because nobody works at an arena that's a concession or security or whatever, and that's their main income. Because you can't live off of that. There's no way.
Every person I know that works, and that's from parking to concession stands to security.
Second job.
It is a part-time job.
Second job. Guaranteed it's a second job. And the fact that right away he thought about that, I thought that was pretty cool. What's this coming up on the wire here? Brazilian official who met with Trump in South Florida tests positive for coronavirus. Okay. All right. Interesting. This thing, man. This thing's going to change all our lives for a while. We are going to be hurting in a big-time way. Man. So we've got the youth fair suspended, the 5K run, the Miami Open, the MLS game. How about the NHL? Don't the Panthers play tonight against the Stars? Are they still going to play that game? What has the NHL done? You know what? I haven't even checked. Is the NHL going to be, let's see, given the uncertainty regarding the next steps regarding the coronavirus, clubs are advised to not conduct morning skates, practices, or team meetings. Nothing has changed. That's their last tweet. I would imagine that they're going to cancel the season too or postpone it. At this point, isn't it ridiculous to play the hockey games? Every other league has said, we're done. So I don't know what's going on with the NCAA too. I mean, these are things that should be canceled already. There's no reason we should be putting the kids through risk, and there's no reason that we should be putting any of the hockey players at risk. ACC, Big 10, Big 12, Pac-12, SEC cancel conferences, conference tourneys. UEFA postpones 2 UCLA games because of the coronavirus. Donovan Mitchell, second Jazz player to test positive. What else do we have here? Also, U.S. men's, women's, and nationals friendlies have been canceled. Okay. And they are playing the golf tournament right now, right? Which, again, I don't understand why. To me, that makes no sense either, why you're playing the golf tournament. Weird, I got to tell you. Absolutely weird. And think about this. The NCAA tournament gets canceled or postponed, and you're Dayton and Rutgers, which you haven't been a top dog in forever, and now you have no idea when this thing is going to come back and if you're going to get an opportunity, and you're in a groove too. The time off may get you out of that groove. But I haven't heard anything yet on the Panthers if they are playing tonight, which if the NHL is allowing them to play, it is absolutely ridiculous. And 4 hours ago, the Panthers tweeted out their game day tweet at the AA Center to take on the Dallas Stars. So as far as the Panthers know, they're going to be playing tonight, which Again, to me, makes no sense whatsoever. Let me see what we got here on the chat board. New Orleans is dirtier than Vegas. Bromar, I'm not talking about dirty. I'm talking about people. I'm talking about the fact that in Vegas, you're going to have way more people than New Orleans. That's not even up for discussion. Okay? And then the amount of people you have from different countries in Vegas is unlike probably any city in our country. G Bro Perez says, "Yo, Big O, first time on the chat board for me." Well, welcome aboard. Thank you, sir. Danny says, "Just do the draft over the phone. Hold the Vegas draft next year. Big O, I hope the guy that didn't wash his hands was some skinny dude that works in the service department." No, was not an employee, actually. Okay? Was not an employee. Was a customer. I don't want to say it too loud because the guy might be walking by.
Let me stop you right there. The gentleman that just had the idea of postponing the draft next year, that is an excellent idea because as of right now, we have 11 picks, and it's going to continue the momentum we have, right?
Yeah.
So we'll still have that we own the draft, that same feeling, correct?
Yeah.
So, yes, that would be perfect. Postpone this draft till next year. We all get to still enjoy Vegas at some point with the Dolphins owning the draft.
I would love that. Special Needs Fitness Guru says Mark Cuban will run for president in 2024. Well, I'll vote for him better than any of the candidates either side can come up with because both sides come up with crappy candidates every year. Armed Ape says, has there been an official statement on the draft yet? No, Armed Ape. The greedy NFL is holding out just like the Olympics and the NCAA tournament. John Santos says, need to suspend baseball also. That's coming. And
I mean, we talked about it, right? We're pretty much resided to the fact that Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, next Wednesday we won't be at the Marlins game.
In all honesty, you got regular season basketball games being postponed, blah, the NCAA tournament being how is it that it's not going to trickle down to something as not necessary as spring training, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I'm with you. Regarding social distancing, Google St. Louis, Philly, and Spanish flu of 1918, while Philly had, what is this? Paradis? Is that what it is? St. Louis shut it down. The result is 50 people died in St. Louis, but 5K died in Philly. Wow. Well, there you go. I didn't know that. Interesting. Ian from Brooklyn says, need to suspend any and all sports for the time being, period. End of story. Yeah, sports, concerts, political gatherings, all of that. I mean, the candidates recently, both Bernie and Biden, 2 nights ago, they canceled their rallies or their whatever. On the Bernie side, I kind of get it because he's losing like a dog. So that was actually like a benefit for him, but Biden had to cancel. Again, 2 crappy candidates, but does Joe Biden know that abuse of the elderly is not really, it's frowned upon in this country? And right now, Joe Biden he's abusing the elderly right now the way he's trashing Sanders in this election. I'm just saying. Not a fan of either. I'm just stating the facts. One guy's getting his ass kicked round side. I mean, terribly. Anyway, McLaren Racing has withdrawn from the Australian Grand Prix. A team member tested positive for coronavirus. Miami-Dade declares a state of emergency over corona. I mean, this is not going to be fun, folks. This is sad. What else do we have here? Oh, remember we were talking about. Well, you know what? We'll do it after. Let me tell you about Murias Dental. We talk about Murias Dental all the time. Eric Murias and family, father and son. They're great people. Eric's been a proud sponsor of our show, and he's been a listener for like 20 years, man. So really, take care of our sponsors and our listeners. They support us. If you're looking to get your teeth clean, you want to get an implant or Invisalign, call Mudias Dental 305-821-0231. State-of-the-art equipment. So if you're looking to get your teeth clean, fill a cavity, you name it, they do it all. Call Eric right now. Tell him that Big O sent you. I promise you they'll take care of you. 305-821-0231 for MudiasDental.com.
America's safest and best-selling compact luxury SUV is at Acura of Pembroke Pines, and this is how we do it. RDX, $339 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
No one expects to get into a crash, but I expect you to go to accidentlawfirm.com if you do. Make sure when hiring a driver, you go through a rideshare app so that you can be covered by the insurance, which can be up to $1 million whether you're a passenger or a driver. In other words, don't try to save a few bucks by paying cash instead of going through the app. I'm attorney Bobby Nunez from Nunez Law in Miami, and we're here to help you through the process. Go to accidentlawfirm.com for a free consultation from me, Bobby Nunez. That's accidentlawfirm.com.
Are you tired of watching the same old travel videos on the internet? Well, then check out MikeNoGoZones.com, a travel documentary that's breaking barriers. I go to the places that the media tells you to fear, where no one else dares to go. Baltimore, Opelika, South Side of Chicago, and more. Go to MikeNoGoZones.com.
Plus tax, tech title. It includes $8.99 dealer fee on approved credit offers and 11/10/19.
Over 1,500 Toyotas are on the ground, and truckloads of new 2020 Toyotas just keep on coming. To eliminate all 2019 models, Toyota of Hollywood is holding the ultimate 2019 model year changeover event. Make us an offer, any offer, and you can buy a Toyota at up to 50% less than their original MSRP when new and used. 50% less. A pre-owned 2019 RAV4, not $30,000, $19,775. A pre-owned 2019 Camry LE, not $26,000, $17,775. A pre-owned 2019 Corolla LE, not $22,000, $12,775. Pay up to 50% less at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer, based on total retail sales of new Toyotas in the Southeast region for 2014 to 2018 per SET on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
The world's biggest band is coming twice. Metallica. Headlining the Welcome to Rockville Music Festival. 2 different nights, 2 different sets. The weekend of May 8th through the 10th. Go to welcometorockvillefestival.com for all information. Get your tickets on sale right now. The one, the only Metallica. Go to welcometorockvillefestival.com.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
We're back. All right. Parades. Oh, parades. It's parades. Okay. Oh, so Philly had a parade. Oh, my bad. There you go. This thing has such small print. It's my bad.
Well, speaking of which, my buddy in Chicago informed me that their big, huge St. Patrick's Day parade axed. Of course, understandable, but
super smart.
New York, the St. Patrick's Day parade, which I think is the oldest parade in the country.
Got to eliminate them all, bro.
Yeah, man.
Got to eliminate them all. It's not as.
Does Chicago still paint the river green, though?
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know if they'll do that.
They should. I mean,
because then you got people out there working, and you got, and it's not one dude doing it or one woman.
You'll have people coming out to congregate to look at the green. Yeah. You're right.
So it's just, I don't know. These are things that and remember, these are county workers that are doing that kind of stuff for city workers. The government already is telling their workers that they don't want them, they don't want the kids coming back to FIU. They told them the break, hey, stay out there. We're going to do everything online. Don't come back, because they don't want a bunch of kids all together in buildings, because then all they're going to do is get each other sick. So now you keep them all away from each other. Smart, man. Smart. Teachers, stay in your own classroom. Don't get together. It's probably what's going to happen. My bad. So Bromar, my bad. I'm an idiot. Let's see. Armed Ape, if the conference tourneys are canceling, how is March Madness still on? Dude, they have to cancel because, again, notice it's the NCAA, the Olympic Committee, and the NFL that has yet to react.
They're holding out on some miracle that's going to enable them to make their money.
It's just the three greediest entities that exist in sports. Olympics are number one. NCAA is number two, and the NFL is number three. These are the greediest individuals that exist in pro sports. That's all it is. And eventually they will give in, but it's all money driven. That's all it is. Let's see. The NFL says the league year is happening on March. Yeah, they can do all that by phone. Yeah, the only thing is that the contracts will not be final until they pass the physicals. That will be the issue. Josh is asking, Big O, why is it for only 30 days and not more? Josh, you know why? Because I think in 30 days they assess where they're at. Not even 30. I think by the 20th day, they'll know where they're at, and they'll say the league year will start right after the month ends. Or they'll say we're going to extend it for another month. But you have to at least have a 30-day period so we can work through all of this to see where we're at a month from now. Because, again, it's uncharted territory. We don't know how this is going to work out. We don't know if it continues to grow and spiral out of control because dudes continue to go to the bathroom without washing their hands, or do we all show discipline? Do we all show some level of respect for humanity, and do we start to wipe this thing out? We don't know. We just don't know. Look, I was telling my daughter this, okay? And my daughter, she's young, she's super smart, all of that, bless her. She still has a level of being naive, right? And I go to her, listen, I don't know how long this is gonna last, but there'll be people that will be spreading it on purpose. And she goes to me, oh, come on, Dad, that's not going to happen. My wife walks into the kitchen. I go, sweetheart, what do you think? Do you think there's going to be a couple people out there that have the corona? They know they have the corona, and they're going to spread it. She goes, oh, of course. Why? Because we've both been on the earth for 50 years. We got 100 years of experience. We know that people are evil in this world, and they spread gas chemicals to ruin their own people. They have sex with other people when they have AIDS. I
was just going to say, we remember that case of that woman.
There's not one.
That was intentionally
There's not
going
one.
and spreading AIDS.
There's not one.
Yeah, and these people will be like, I got corona, I'm giving it to other people.
Exactly. There's tons of people that have spread AIDS on purpose. They've done it. Okay? And on purpose, we have dictators that have used gas chemicals on their own people to test them. Okay? There was a woman 2 days ago that woke up her 11-year-old kid out of the bed because I guess the kid didn't want to get out of bed, woke him up, dragged him, and threw him out of the balcony, four stories out. So I don't know how long this is going to last. That's why they say 30 days, because at least you need 30 days to then let's assess. Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't about quarantining the world for 14 days to make sure everybody's done, and on the 15th day, hey, back to normal, let's get to life again. That's not going to happen. People are going to be detected today. Some are going to be detected with the virus 5 days from now. And then there's others that are going to be detected with the virus 2-3 weeks from now. So can you then make it a month? No. That's how the cycle extends. And if people keep going out, and if people keep socializing and all that, then we're going to keep growing the virus. I got to be honest, like I always am, super brutally honest. I am coming to do my show here today. I am getting in my beautiful Toyota Camry XSE. I am driving straight to my house, and I'm done. I'm shaking nobody's hands here today. I didn't even shake Bill's hand. Fist pump.
No, we've been doing the fist pump, man, hard.
Fist pump. Fist pump. Known him for 40 years, fist pump. Doesn't matter. Okay? Not getting close to anybody. I'm going to do the show, and I'm leaving. I'm out of here. And I'm going home, and I'm not well, actually, I am leaving the house to go to the grocery store to buy some stock up on a bunch of food for the next couple of months. Seriously. I don't want to go back to the store at all for a while. So we're just going to load up. And that's it. Not have to worry about it for a while. Because if you got to go every other day to the store to get this, that, and this, you keep putting yourself at risk. So I told my wife, hey, let's just go and let's just binge and buy a whole bunch of things that we need and snack on or whatever, and then park it all there, and, that's it. I'm going to go buy a couple extra bags of dog food today. We got 4 dogs. Make sure we have food for a couple of months. I don't want to go back there because I think I got to go. I go every month. So I don't even want to go every month. I don't want to go for 3 months. I'm going to get a couple bags. Boom. Not going to worry about it. Less trips. That's what you should do. Stock up on things so you make less trips out of your house. That's what you need to do. Keep your tank full as much as possible. Gets to 3/4, fill it back up again. You don't want to keep it, because then if things start to shut down and you have less access to things, you need to be prepared. That's all I'm telling you. So be vigilant about this. Be respectful about this process. Okay? Saratoga schools are already surveying parents to see who has internet and computers. They are helping those without. Cheers to that school district for being badasses. Dade County, I forgot the name of the superintendent, Carvalho or something like that. You know who I'm talking about. Dude's all over the place. He makes sure that his face is like everywhere. He was talking about how the Dade County school system is ready to go. And they can help all their students with computers and everything like that. So that's good to know, and you're going to have to do that. I'm terrified for my wife. She's a school teacher, so she has to deal with 200 kids every day. Every day. Not a good situation. That's got to get cut out too, unfortunately. Alex says, what about the mom that cut off her 5-year-old daughter because she was because she was crying because she would not give her cereal? Yeah, there's disgusting people in this world, dude. Disgusting people. Anybody that would hurt your child, it's like, I didn't want to deal with you, bro. You don't deserve to be on this earth.
No more breasts for you. Just that simple.
Me and my wife are shopping online. Go for it, man. Did you cancel your draft party? We're on the brink of it, Alex. We're on the brink of canceling everything. Yeah. I mean, I'm already with the mindset that I'm not doing the draft party anymore. Unfortunately. It's not by choice. It's by responsibility, man. Plus, I'm 53. I got 5 stents in my heart. I don't need this, bro. I don't need it. I hope I don't get it. I may have it. I don't even know. I may be walking around with it and it's dormant. And it comes out in the next day or two or a week. Who knows? I may catch it tomorrow. I may catch it next week. I have no idea. I'm going to try my best to stay away from this, but we all got to do the same thing. So, yeah. Let's see. Bromar says, Big O, you are a big, huggable bear. You're the Andy Reid of sports radio. No hugging for now. Okay? No huggy bear right now, all right? You got to go to Starsky and Hutch and find that huggy bear, not this one right now. When this whole COVID thing disappears and you can give me a big bro hug and no problem. Drew Bo says, draft party at Bill's house. All right, let's do that. He's got the killer living room. I will say that. It's one of my favorite living rooms of all time, the one at his house. Anyway.
You mean the family room?
Yeah.
Family room, yeah.
It's always been one of my favorite rooms of all time. 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, that's 786-322-1105. I talked about this yesterday, and the follow-up story came, and it's exactly what I said yesterday. Remember when we heard the story about Gronkowski in talks with WWE, right? And I told you that dude's body is all screwed up, okay? While I'm not a wrestling fan, and I don't watch wrestling, I don't care about wrestling whatsoever, it's fake. But I will say this, and I said it yesterday, and I always will say it. Immense respect for the athleticism that they display, because they are great athletes. Immense respect for the torture that they put their bodies through, throwing themselves around all over the place, okay? Their bodies are all beaten up and screwed up. And they do it 40, 50 times a year. Because every week they're in a different city doing, a show. And that ain't no joke. They break bones, they tear up ligaments and muscles, and so they're super tough in that sense. Now, I don't like it because it's not legitimate competition. It's a male soap opera, basically, is what wrestling is. And I got to, it is what it is. So it's never attracted me whatsoever. But I told you, Gronk can't go doing that. For that, he just goes back to playing football. If you're going to beat up your body, you might as well play football. Now, you might make more money doing this, but apparently, sources are saying now that the gig is not for Gronk to be a full-time WWE superstar. It's more of a part-time cameo gig. Now that makes sense because of the aforementioned issues he has. The dude's body's toast. In other words, don't expect Gronk to get on the road and appear nightly or even weekly, just special events when his schedule allows. That makes sense for Gronk. That's what I was telling you yesterday. I give him credit. The meathead has some intelligence. Okay? I mean, well, listen, think about it. He never really gets in trouble, right? He never does any crimes or anything like that. He's not raping anybody. He's not dropping off kids all over the place with 8 baby mamas. He's not slapping any women. Gronk is he's a meathead. But he looks like a cool meathead. That's what he looks like, right? Gronk looks harmless. Gronk's the kind of guy you want to hang out with, have a beer, you're going to laugh. He's going to be a trip. Again, harmless. You know what I mean? So I give him credit for that. And I give him credit that he's smart enough to know that he can't be a full-time guy. His body, there's no way that he would be able to put up with that kind of a beating. Because, again, that's where I give wrestlers respect. They put a lot on the line. Anyway, all right, 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, that's 786-322-1105. Another story that I saw was John Gruden. They asked him about Tom Brady. And the Raiders, by the way, are one of the potential destinations for the free agent. And Coach Gruden was asked about the team's interest in Brady. And he goes, "You're killing me, man," while making a Chucky face. He says, "We love our quarterback. Our quarterback is a really good player. Derek Carr, I want to reiterate that to everybody here in Vegas. We've got a good young quarterback, and the film, the stats, and the analytics prove it." Now, he goes, pivoting to the other team's players, he goes, "We're going to be in the market to try to improve at every position. That's what we're going to try to do." Now, this is one of those kind of stories that when you talk, well, one, I don't think Brady will play for the Raiders and Mark Davis anyway. I mean, if he goes there, it's because every other option failed. Every other option was so terrible, and the offer from the Patriots was so insulting that he had to go there. That's the only way I see him playing for the Raiders. I can't see him playing for the Raiders. I just think there's a 0% chance. Okay? But this, you haven't made, like what you say about, even when you say about Carr, our quarterback is a really good player. I don't know if really good is enough. Right? If you're going to make a complete commitment, you say, hey, man, Carr's an awesome player. He's fantastic. He's excellent. I don't want anybody else. This guy knows our team. He's been playing with them for years. I've been around him now for 2 years. I love this guy. I wouldn't want anybody else but Derek Carr. He hasn't come out with that kind of praise for him, so he kind of leaves all this stuff to fester. And you almost get the feeling that Mark Davis is one of the guys that's behind this, that he wants Tom Brady. Which, again, in that case, I still find it kind of weird. Brady's Brady, I get it, but Derek Carr is a damn good quarterback. The only issue I would have with Derek Carr is injuries. That's it. That's the only issue that I would have with Derek Carr, is that he's had his share of injuries. And that's been a problem for him. But Gruden to get Brady, I just don't see that happening. I just don't think that that's going to be the case. Let me tell you a little bit about VSS West Pines, 12397 Pembroke Road. We were there yesterday hanging out with Jose and Alex and Tommy and Sasha and all the amazing people out there, and they're so well-versed when it comes to CBD products, and the CBD products are so helpful, folks. Hey, listen, right now we've got a stressful time. You want to deal with that stress and that anxiety a little bit better? Get yourself some CBD products. Maybe you're dealing with pain, CBD. Your dogs, your cats, dealing with some anxiety, CBD. There are so many positive things that you can use CBD for. That's why we tell you to get on down to 12397 Pembroke Road, VSS West Pines. Go to the website, vsswestpines.com, and tell them that Big O sent you, and I promise you they're going to take care of you. Instagram and Facebook at VSS West Pines. Now, Tom Brady, we just talked about the Raiders. Well, the other team that he's been rumored to go to is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers now. And it looks like they're going to part ways with Jameis Winston. I don't know if Jameis is getting crazy and he wants $25, $30 million to throw 30 interceptions. And that you just can't have that. I have no problem with Tampa Bay moving on from Jameis Winston. The only reason I would bring him back for a one-year deal, tag him, and bring him back for a one-year deal is if I failed in everything and every other option out there that I really, really wanted, and I got to settle for Jameis one more time. Because I'm at that point. You can't have 5 years in the league and never take care of the football. You can't have the same problems over and over again. You can't do that in life. You can't do that in radio. You can't do that here at Toyota of Hollywood. You can't do that anywhere. You can't keep making the same mistakes over and over again. And that's what Jameis Winston does. And if you're Tampa, I give Bruce Arians a ton of... I know he didn't draft him, so it doesn't really fall on him, but you still have to make the tough decision up because he is really talented. Okay, I got to give Jameis his due in that sense. He has all the ability in the world to be a badass franchise quarterback. Oh, and by the way, raise your hand if you thought he was going to be a good franchise quarterback. I screwed up.
Both of us did.
Oh,
you know what it was? It was the way he would come back in games.
Yeah.
And he just
the moxie.
showed so much moxie.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. No, exactly. There's no doubt.
This guy's got heart.
Yeah.
This guy's a player.
Right. He'd do some stupid things off the field, but he was balling on the field. And he has just not found a way to be responsible in the NFL. The NFL is kind of weird, okay? As much talent as you can have, if you're penalty-free, to a certain extent, of course, it's hard to be 0 penalties every week, but you know what I mean, low penalties, low turnovers, and mistakes. You'd be amazed at how many games you're in and how many games you have a chance to win. Miami was, by the way, the Dolphins were one of the least penalized teams in the NFL. And they won 5 games with no talent. It's really amazing. You stay away from mistakes and turnovers and penalties, and I guarantee you 75% of the time you're in every game, all the way to the end. I'm not telling you win all of them because it all depends on your talent at the end, but if you just do those things alone, you'd be amazed at how many games you're involved in. And Jameis Winston kills you with those interceptions. So I give them all the credit in the world that they are going to say, enough is enough, man. I get it, you're really talented, but, dude, you can't figure it out. So now in comes the Brady rumors that they want to pay him, whatever, $30, $35, $40 million a year. And they'll do it. Those owners will do it. They got plenty of money, and it worked out for them the last time when they went and got Gruden, because it put them over the top. Now they think they've got a team. They've got some weapons. They got a pair of wide receivers that are really good. The Godwin kid is amazing. Evans is a beast. They've got tight ends. The running game needs improvement. Line's all right. But you go out and get a Tom Brady, you put yourself in that contender mode. Now, I don't know if he wants to play for them. Look, I know Tennessee is now saying, and that tells me that maybe there were some talks between Tennessee and Don Yee, Brady's agent, but they're saying now that they're going to try to sign Tannehill to a long-term contract, which, again, I'm going to be laughing my ass off if they're going to do that. I mean, if that's what you want to do, bro, knock yourself out.
Maybe they like bananas, bro.
Knock yourself out, man. If that's what you want to do, go for it. If you think that guy's the answer, then yeah, go ahead. Enjoy it. You're going to learn the lesson of what happened last year will happen again and again and again, and you'll figure out, like, yeah, he's a nice quarterback. He can do some things, but he can't carry us. He can't get us over the top when we need it. Okay, but for Tampa, can they get Tom Brady since Jameis is gone? Does Tom Brady go back to the Patriots? I don't know. But Tampa and Tom Brady and the Raiders, which one would he – if he's not going to go to the Patriots and Tennessee's going to sign Tannehill to a long-term contract, so what do you do? And I wonder what's going on with Tennessee, where there are talks that they couldn't get into the same ballpark with Don Yee and Brady's agent, or did Tennessee look at the film and say, you know, he's lost a lot on his fastball. His accuracy rate was lower last year than it's ever been. Is he the same quarterback, or are we better off going with Tannehill, who's younger, we can get more years out of him, and we kind of know what he is? With Tom Brady, there's still kind of an unknown, because if he's losing his fastball and it continues to decline this year, which we all know, all of us that have watched sports long enough, we've all experienced the player that got old from one year to the next like that.
We saw it with Peyton Manning in Denver, man, in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
It, like, fell off.
Completely. The injury
he went
took
from,
over.
What, 52 touchdowns and everything like that. At the beginning of the season, you left off from the previous season. And, man, like the 6th, 7th, 8th game, man, it was gone.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I tell you that, you know, you look at that situation, you go, well, where's Brady? Are the wheels going to fall off? So was it that maybe they couldn't agree on a number? They couldn't agree on a philosophy? They they maybe looked at the film and said, and Mike says, I like the guy, I played with the guy, but maybe this is not the time. Plus, if you get Brady, you're going to need a new quarterback in a year or two. Because if he leaves after a year or two, then you're back to square one again. So with Ryan, you kind of know who he is, and you know how you got to build your team and how you got to win with him, and that's how you move forward for the next couple of years. Interesting. It'd be pretty cool to be a fly on the wall to try to figure that out. All right, 2 hours down. We're going to go into the final hour of the program here. If you want to get in, 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, you can also reach out to us on Twitter. That's at Big O Show. Follow us there, and remember to give us a thumbs up on the YouTube broadcast. Grab that YouTube link, share it with a friend on a text, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, you name it, Reddit, whatever social media platform you use. Let's take a break. Back with more right here on The Big O Show.
No one expects to get into a crash, but I expect you to go to accidentlawfirm.com if you do. Make sure when hiring a driver, you go through a rideshare app so that you can be covered by the insurance, which can be up to $1 million whether you're a passenger or a driver. In other words, don't try to save a few bucks by paying cash instead of going through the app. I'm attorney Bobby Nunez from Nunez Law in Miami, and we're here to help you through the process. Go to accidentlawfirm.com for a free consultation from me, Bobby Nunez. That's accidentlawfirm.com.
Are you tired of watching the same old travel videos on the internet? Well, then check out MikeNoGoZones.com, a travel documentary that's breaking barriers. I go to the places that the media tells you to fear, where no one else dares to go. Baltimore, Opelika, South Side of Chicago, and more. Go to MikeNoGoZones.com.
Plus tax, tech title. It includes $8.99 dealer fee on approved credit offers and 11/10/19.
Over 1,500 Toyotas are on the ground, and truckloads of new 2020 Toyotas just keep on coming. To eliminate all 2019 models, Toyota of Hollywood is holding the ultimate 2019 model year changeover event. Make us an offer, any offer, and you can buy a Toyota at up to 50% less than their original MSRP when new and used. 50% less. A pre-owned 2019 RAV4, not $30,000, $19,775. A pre-owned 2019 Camry LE, not $26,000, $17,775. A pre-owned 2019 Corolla LE, not $22,000, $12,775. Pay up to 50% less at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer, based on total retail sales of new Toyotas in the Southeast region for 2014 to 2018 per SCT, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
The world's biggest band is coming twice. Metallica. Running the Welcome to Rockville Music Festival. 2 different nights, 2 different sets. The weekend of May 8th through the 10th. Go to welcometorockvillefestival.com for all information. Get your tickets on sale right now. The one, the only Metallica. Go to welcometorockvillefestival.com.
This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
I was just reading this story here on Ultimate Classic Rock.
This is the Big O Show.
And Motley Crue's got a song called Without You, right? and it's they in that album they had Slice of Your Pie, Rattlesnake Shake, She Goes Down, but in the Dr. Feelgood, the third single was Without You. So bassist Nicky Sixx wrote the Power Ballads lyrics, taking inspiration from his rhythm section partner Tommy Lee's current relationship. That was a very simple idea for a song, which I had written a lyric about Heather Locklear and Tommy. Sixx told Rolling Stone in 2009, they were coming over to my place all the time. I thought to myself, one day, without you, coming from Tommy's perspective, life would not be the same. Lee and Locklear had been married 3 years by the time Dr. Feelgood came out. Even though it didn't last, the couple divorced in 94, Sixx recalled, it was a good relationship at the time. It was sort of a romantic moment. I apologize for that. That's a great ballad, singer Vince Neil noted. I love singing that song. We've done it a few times at concerts. For me, it's a great song to sing. It really lets me go and gets my voice out there. Although Home Sweet Home became Mötley Crüe's definitive ballad over the years, Without You was the more successful single. Home Sweet Home peaked at number 89 on the Billboard Hot 100 and at number 38 on the mainstream rock upon its release in 85. Without You went to number 8 and number 11, respectively. I didn't know that. I thought...
Dude, I love that song. That's a great song.
I know it. Without You is a phenomenal song, but I would have bet my entire life savings and whatever I have left in my 401k that Home Sweet Home was the bigger hit.
Well,
that's the one they do all the time.
Wait, it was the consecutive weeks Friday night battle,
but it didn't
video. No, I'm talking on MTV.
I know
MTV. It was a bigger.
I know, but hits wise, it wasn't.
Yeah, no,
not even close. 89 and 38 compared to 8 and 11.
Yeah, no, it killed it.
Okay,
but Home Sweet Home,
and those are real rankings in those days, not like the phony ass rankings they got now. Okay.
But yeah, Home Sweet Home. You remember the Friday night battle?
Yeah.
Between the video.
No, of course.
Def Leppard's Photograph was the beginner.
Yeah, I had a lot of that.
And Home Sweet Home ended up supplanting, I think, Photograph for most consecutive wins in a week. You know.
Yep. By the way, I was just listening to the break now, and Rockville. We haven't gotten word on that, but that's going to be canceled too. And that's farther out than the draft. That's in May, early May.
Yeah, that's 2 weeks after, I think.
Right, so they've got a little more time than the draft, but they're about to cancel that too because bands are going to start pulling out anyway. They have no choice. Everybody's got no choice here. And look, just to think about Metallica. All right, the lead singer's been through enough already with rehab. I'm sure that dude does not want to deal with COVID-19. So I would imagine that we're going to, hear about that too coming. We've kind of held off on giving away the tickets because of that. Because I'm not going to do it until we know that it's even going to happen now. Ian from Brooklyn goes, always one jerk giving the thumbs down. Actually, there's two. That's good. Hey, listen, you can't make everybody happy, man. Oh, who opened for you two for the shirt you're wearing? Oh. This shirt, I think this was the Innocence Tour. I think they had that, was it like a painter or something? Was that the tour that had the painter? I want to say. Yeah, I think it was like some rock painter or something like that. I don't think they really had a band. I don't think they had a band. Now I'm thinking about it. The last time I saw an opening act for U2 was Interpol over at Tampa Stadium. I want to say. That was a 360 tour. I don't think in the Innocence or Experience tours they had an opener. Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that. Somebody help me out with that out there. I want to say I'm right. I went to both tours. None of them came here. I saw it in New York 4 times, and I saw it in Los Angeles twice. So I saw them 6 times in those last 2 tours. I don't believe they had an opening act at all. I'm pretty sure of that. Let's see. Michael says, just to be positive, when everything is closing for now, it's a must preventive measure to stop this crap ASAP. I'm with you, man. I got no problem with that. Uncle Joe says, I agree with Drewbo, draft party at Bill's house. I'm with him. Let's all go to Bill's house for the draft party. Let's see. Uncle Joe says, I'll bring my mask. Me too. Bro Marshmelly says, need more thumbs up, only 8. We have 40 plus here. Well, there's 15 I see. It's 15 and 2 right now of the thumbs up. So let's go. More with thumbs up. Oh, it's up to 20 now. 20 with the thumbs up and two thumbs down. There we go. Cliff says, I don't mind soccer being canceled. Alex says, I was really looking forward to getting tickets to see Inter Miami at the new stadium. Hey, man, I was looking forward to going there on Saturday.
I was really looking forward to seeing Pearl Jam going to San Fran for the first time.
Although this next month allows us to build the radio station for Inter. So I was just talking with my guy over at Inter, and he goes, well, hey, these 30 days gives us time to build the radio station. I said, damn right. While it stops for the team, we can grind and get our stuff done. Oh, if you could get all your money back for all the concerts you spent on, how much would it be? Oh, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. But, dude, if I get that money back, then I don't have the memories. And to me, the memories are worth more than any of the money. The money I'm going to blow. And not blow like do blow. Like, I'm going to blow it anyways on something. So why not use it on something that I love? Okay? Remembering moments at the Miami Baseball Stadium or the Hollywood Sportatorium or the Miami Arena or the AAA or Joe Robbie Stadium or now it's Hard Rock. Whatever, man. Lockhart Stadium that doesn't exist anymore. You name it, man. Cruzan, Sound Advice, I Think Financial, Perfect Vodka, whatever place it's called. Seeing Kiss at the West Palm Beach Auditorium.
One of the best.
For the Creatures of the Night tour. And
U2 opening up the Octung tour in Lakeland.
I mean, come on, man. Oh, and not in that Kiss concert. When the late Wendy O. Williams opened up, and I still have the memory of her getting hit by a dildo. And, it's like, come on. Those are priceless moments. Too many things, man. Pat Benatar passing out at the Hollywood Sportatorium in a concert. I could just go on and on, bro.
Riot. People waiting for Neil Peart to come over from the Bahamas.
Yeah, the riot over at for the Rush concert and tear gas they used on us. I mean, I could just go on and on and on and on and on, bro. No, won't change it. Don't want the money back. Not one penny.
Rushing the stage and ending up right up against Tony Iommi's amplifier on stage.
Yes. Iommi giving me a pick and looking at me and going like this. That's it. Those are moments that they'll never change, bro. I mean, Bill and I recently went over to Fort Myers because we had the lead singer for Adelita's Way on. So we went over to Fort Myers, and he invited us backstage, and we got to meet them and the Black Moods.
That was a really cool night, actually.
Right, and
that was awesome.
We bought the tickets. We didn't ask for freebies. We went and bought the tickets. So I used my money to buy the tickets for the concert. Used my money to buy a shirt too from the Black Moods. I won't trade any of that, man. We just went backstage for UFO twice.
Yes.
We paid for the tickets. They didn't give us any free tickets, UFO. Okay? But a friend of ours kind of hooked us up because he knows one of the musicians, and we got to know him in Ponte Verde. We saw the concert there, and then we hobnobbed with him a little bit, and he goes, hey, you guys want to come backstage tomorrow since you're going to the concert over in Clearwater? We said, hell yeah. Boom. There we go again. We're hanging out with the band, taking pictures. You know? Oh, man. I would never change it. Get to meet Charlie Daniels. You name it, man. Go on stage singing with the Marshall Tucker Band. I got to do that. No.
The 13th row for 1984 tour when they opened up at Sporto and me catching Eddie Van Halen's guitar. Like,
there you go.
Yeah,
yeah. So, Peter, it's easy to say, would you want the money back? I don't want it at all. None. Not one penny, man. Not one penny. Too much. I have so many memories of all the things that have happened to me at concerts and people that I've met and artists that I've met.
Oh, I've seen 2 concerts in one night.
Yes. Yeah.
Atlanta Rhythm Section. Atlanta, and
they were the first.
And the Cult.
And the Cult.
We're on the way to the Cult and decide.
The Cult at the Revolution Live, bro.
And we're driving up 95 and we're like Sheridan.
Cult at the Revolution Live, dude.
Yeah. We're about 10, maybe 7, 8 miles from the exit for that. And like decide, hey, let's go back to Gulfstream to go see Atlantic. Because the Cult's not going to be on until 10 o'clock or 11. They're at a bar. And we actually got to go to 2 concerts,
so we get
2
to
different
see,
venues, one night.
We get to see ARS and the Cult on the same night in 2 different venues. Peter says, Big O, I won a gift card on 790. Can you pick it up for me? I love it. Alex Diaz says, if there's one musician that you would want to come back to life and perform, who would it be? Jimi Hendrix. That's it. Jimi Hendrix. That's all. Really easy. Don't even have to think about it. Give me the greatest guitarist of all time. Bring him back. Put me center stage, right there, first row. I want to see Jimmy jam and sing. That's it.
Can we get
I'm done.
You know who's our second?
Your second?
Give me Jimmy is perfect. That is the one. But give me John.
Oh, Lennon.
Give me John Bonham. No, give me John.
Bonham. Oh,
yes,
okay.
So we got Zeppelin.
Okay. All right. I got you.
Right?
I got you. All right. No, Lennon would have been a good one too, by the way. I can understand anybody saying John Lennon.
You know what? That's maybe my third.
Yeah, John Lennon's not bad, bro. Hey, Big O, just tuned in. What do you think could be with releasing Kilgore? He's not good enough. That's all, bro. Daniel Kilgore's not good enough. He wasn't good enough when they signed him, and he's not good enough now. They need better than that. He's an undersized center. He gets overpowered. A half-decent player, but nothing more. So they did the right thing. You got to let go of Rashad Jones. That wasn't news. That was the inevitable. These are right moves. You gotta move on from that. Big O, I was 8 years old when that song "Without You" by Motley Crue came out. Thanks for reminding me how old I am, but I appreciate that.
What a guy! What a guy!
David Figueroa says, "I love you, O." Well, David, we love you also, brother. Thank you, man. Uncle Joe says, "Love that song Without You." David Figueroa says, "Wonder if Tool concert will be canceled next month." David, no doubt it will be canceled. The next couple of months, most concerts will be canceled. I don't want it canceled, by the way. I want to be at Tool, okay? But it's the right thing to do. Sucks. The good thing, let me put a positive spin on this. They're not just canceling a South Florida concert. They're going to cancel their North American tour, and then they'll get to reschedule it, and we still will get to see Tool. Okay? So that's the spin that I can put on it. That's a good one. That at least we're going to get to see them again. Hell, I'm hanging on to my Oakland tickets for Pearl Jam because it's 2 concerts. And that's my rule. When I fly out west, I have to see at least 2 concerts of the same band while I'm going out west. because I'm usually going out west because I am going to see somebody pretty big, and I want to see them twice. Dougie Fresh says, Hit by a Dildo sounds like the name of a punk band. Well, she's kind of a punk rocker. Wendy O. Williams. I don't know if you guys know who the Plasmatics are, but go ahead and put a video on of the Plasmatics. She's got a mohawk, or had a mohawk, a blonde mohawk, right? Giant cans, and she dressed very risque, okay? But she was definitely a punk rocker. So somebody must have hit her with it, thrown it at her like a badge of honor. It's probably what it is. Diaz says, mine is Nirvana. Oh, yeah, Kurt Cobain. I'm sure a lot of people would like to bring him back. That's a good one, man. Let's see. Breaking news, MLB is suspending all operations. Really? Did they do that? Wow, I'm not surprised. That's.
Oh, at this point, correct me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
With the NBA doing what they did to the step that they did, everybody else looks bad by not following suit, correct?
Yes.
And the longer you hold out, the worse you look.
Yes. I am checking MLB here. I don't see anything here in MLB. And I look back to one day. They have not posted anything that they should, but they haven't posted anything here on MLB. Now, maybe there's a reporter that's reporting something. I'm not exactly sure. I'll see if Jeff Passan, after a conference call among owners this afternoon, Major League Baseball is expected to suspend spring training. The league likely will delay the beginning of the regular season as well. At this point, it's a formality that ownership-level sources expect it to happen. So, you are right. It's going to happen, Alex. Hasn't happened officially yet, but Jeff Passan, who's very well connected, thinks that it has to happen. Like Bill says, it's the inevitable, man. I mean, you have to do it.
You look like a greedy, inhumane, like I don't give a crap about anybody. Let's make some money.
Are you listening, NCAA, Olympics, and the NFL? Are you listening to Bill? He's making sense there. I'm still waiting for the Greed 3. You know, we had the big 3 here in Miami. Let's wait for the Greed 3. The Olympic Committee, the NCAA, and the NFL. Because we still haven't heard from the NFL yet, right? The Greed 3 hasn't said anything yet. Let's see. Let me look at the NFL. Have they canceled the draft? Ian Rappaport reported that the Titans are officially releasing Deion Lewis. Source said, not a surprise, as his playing time fell off dramatically last year. They plan to bring back Derrick Henry at a big number. There you go. That's what you're getting out of the NFL, but no canceling yet. NCAA, have they canceled yet? Huh? Has the NCAA canceled everything? Let's see. No, they just want to limit attendance to NCAA events. That's all I see there from Mark Emmert. The IOCC, right? Is it right? Is it the IOCC or something like that?
International Olympic Committee, right. IOC.
IOC. All right. IOC Media. Let's see. Do we have anything? No. They just want to tell you that the number of women at the games has increased significantly from 34% at the Atlanta games in '96 to a new record 48%. That's what they want to tell you an hour ago. Okay? There you go. That's it's crazy. I don't see anything. So the Greed 3 are still, they're dead set on having this right now. They're dead set on putting anybody and everybody at risk that plays for them. That's all. How about that from the Greed 3? It's a beautiful thing. All right, 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line. That's 786-322-1105. King Short says, hope we keep Albert. He was getting healthy and balling again by season's end. King Short, I don't think they will keep Albert because his salary cap number is too big. He's injury prone. He's healthy now. Get rid of him now because that way you don't have to deal with him unhealthy. What I think will happen with him is they draft somebody and then cut him. And maybe they'll do that. But too many injuries. King Short says ACC tournament canceled today right before tip-off. But that's the ACC. That's not the NCAA. Eventually, they're all going to be pressured, bro. They're all going to be pressured. I know that their pocketbooks. It's funny, right? Because this is how it goes for them. Okay, back in the day. So back in the day, all right, when you used to watch Sanford and Son, all right, Sanford used to say, "Oh, it's the big one," and he would fake like a heart attack, right? So right now, the NFL, the NCAA, and the IOC haven't canceled anything so far. The Greed 3. Do you know why? Because unlike Fred Sanford, they don't hold dear. They go, "Oh, my pocketbook is hurting. Oh, my pocketbook is hurting. Oh, oh." That's the NFL. Because that's all they care about is the money. The IOC, that's all they care about is the money. That video is funny because you can't really see me. You only see my neck down. So I'm explaining it while I'm standing, you know. So if you're watching it, but that's basically what's going on. My pocketbook is hurting. Their pocketbooks are having heart attacks. That's what the NFL owners are doing. Oh, how can we do? How can we got to figure out something for the draft. They got to figure out a way to make money off the draft without the fans there. I tell you, man, this is one screwed up situation. Basically, is what we're talking about. Oh man! And you see, Cristiano Ronaldo's teammate Daniel Rugani tested positive for the coronavirus. This isn't going to end anytime soon. We're going to see this thing spread and continue to spread until we all do the right thing to protect ourselves and everybody else around us. Jim Gleason says, "Love Fred Sanford. Esther, you so ugly." Dougie Fresh says, "Oh, that's the first and weirdest Red Fox impression ever." Yeah, it wasn't really about a Red Fox impression. It was more about the impression of the NFL, IOC, and NCAA. Really, that's what it was more about. I was using Fred as a template, okay, as an example, as a polar opposite example of the Greed 3. So, there you go. We got nothing else here breaking for sure. Now, they say the NFL is not delaying the start of the league year. They don't have to do that. They can do all of that stuff by phone. They can do it by Skype and all kinds of crap like that. La Liga suspended after Real Madrid was quarantined. That's it. There's pretty much nothing else. I think the golf tournament is still going on, which, again, really stupid that they've got the golf tournament going on. These players are hanging out with each other. It's not a smart thing. I'm sorry. It just doesn't, you don't quarantine these people. So they've got a chance at spreading it to each other. I mean, Rudy Gobert is a perfect example of it. All right, folks, we are going to wrap it up here on the show. We thank Bill and John, as always. Excellent work. We thank all of you for tuning in. We thank, of course, the great people out here, Steve Ostrov and everybody at Toyota of Hollywood. As always, we'll be back tomorrow. We got 2 shows tomorrow. We'll be at Craig's Inn Acura from 9 to 11, and then we'll be in the afternoon at Hialeah Park, baby. We'll be rocking and rolling out there. We thank everybody out there, but most of all, we thank you for watching, for downloading. We love you. However it is you support our show, you guys are phenomenal out there. Ladies out there, phenomenal. Don't forget to give us the thumbs up when you're watching on YouTube.
Don't forget to wash your hands.
And wash your hands and share the link of the YouTube show. Remember, every time you share our link, you wash your hands. Be good out there.
See you tomorrow.